We are back together on MLB Central, albeit in our living room, but you know what? We'll take it. Lauren Shahadi, Mark DeRo Robert Flores, and if you're going to book a guest on what would be opening week of the Major League Baseball season, right? Got it written, yes. The bringer of rain, Josh Donaldson. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you, and what are you doing to stay ready when you get the call?
Hey, Lauren, thanks for having me. I've been training 3 times a week, doing a lot of stuff around the house. I think what this opportunity that's in front of us has given us is a lot of time on our hands. So it's kind of, for me, try to do what's I feel like I need some things that I've been needing to do, stretching, some breathing work, but at the end of the day, watching highlights of guys and, watching old games, just kind of probably similar to what fans are doing as well.
Hey, take me back. January 22nd, we're hanging out at the Diamond Resorts Invitational in Orlando, and you are playing it close to the vest, dude. I thought you were coming back to Atlanta, no doubt, to play with Acuna and Freddie Freeman, and you come up to me and you're like, dude, I'm signing with the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
I mean, take me through that. Were they on you from day one? And then you had 3 or 4 weeks in spring training. Was it living up to what you thought?
Yeah, they were definitely on me the entire time. Let me say this. They were on me from the time that we initially had spoke to my agent. I mean, some people reached out earlier is what I was saying. But yeah, the large majority of the offseason, they were definitely in and let me know that they were in. And the spring training was going amazing, and I was having a really great experience. For me, it was the first time I'd been able to put in the type of work that I was putting in this spring training in like 4 springs. So I was really looking forward to kind of getting out there for opening day. Obviously, some things have transpired that none of us can or have been able to control. So keeping that understanding, I think a large part of players is just the uncertainty and unknown of when we're going to go out there and play is kind of there's no date or timeline to work and build towards. Like you're kind of we're all in limbo right now, trying to maintain from where we were because we were all just probably feeling really good for the most part, ready to transition to the season. Yeah. So like you kind of have to get that restart again is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of difficult for me to say it, but because it has kind of been difficult circumstances to understand really.
Josh, even though you've only been around those new teammates really for 3 or 4 weeks, what sense did you have of the clubhouse and the vibe there and how you meshed with all your other new teammates?
Yeah, it very much seemed like a seamless transition for me to come over here to Minnesota. Rocco, the staff, front office, Derek, Thad, all these guys, they really did a great job of communicating to me what was going on and was going to transpire before I was even a Minnesota Twin. And so I felt like coming over and being able to introduce myself to the guys and have some conversations. I think definitely me coming in on a longer term deal had smoothened that transition as well, because people understand that there's I'm going to be here a Minnesota Twin for a while now. And so I think that made me happy. I think that made a lot of other folks happy that were around.
I'm dying to know, because you don't seem like a guy since I've met you in 2007 that can sit still.
Yeah.
And this tested you. This whole self-quarantining, stay at home, shelter in place, whatever you want to call it. I mean, are you coming out of your skin, or are you watching something? What are you doing to stay sane?
Well, I'm working, like I said, I'm working out 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And the amount of work and stuff that I'm doing in that time is very good, or has been very good for me, to be able to not just sit down But I mean, I could take you outside. I have like some kettlebells out there. I have bands. I have a yoga mat. I have all of it. So, I've been doing a little bit of the Jersey Shore model, gym tan laundry. Minus I'm
PTL,
not doing the laundry. Yeah, I'm not doing any. I'm getting a little bit of tan. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but I got a little bit of a tan going on right now. So
Look good. Look good.
We're getting in the pool a little bit. So I mean, it's been
hard.
It's been hard, but at the same time, we have a few amenities, so it's okay.
And in terms of nicknames, it does not get better than the Bringer of Rain. I'm wondering, scale of 1 to 10, how you would rate Robert's self-given nickname of the Dragon. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
What?
That's solid. Dragon, that's solid. I would say 7.
Oh, don't.
That's great. I'll take that. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
Until I saw him like do like a Bruce Lee kick or something like that. Like, because I feel like Bruce Lee's name something.
Yeah, Enter the Dragon. Absolutely. 100.
Had that though.
The difference is like I can hit some home runs and prove my name, but for you, I got to see the kick. Once you give me the kick, then it can be a 9.
Josh, are you challenging me to a fight? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, no, I want to see if you can put something on the top of that lampshade up there and kick it off.
Okay. Why not? Do that.
DeRo, what did you say about the home run celebration last year with the Braves? You said you absolutely loved it, but
It was firm. It was if I'm on the other side, see, I know him. He knows this. I know. Don't get me in trouble, Lauren. But if we're playing against some guy and he's throwing an imaginary umbrella, we're going to have some issues down the road, potentially. Robert doesn't want to hear that. And by the way, I saw Tim Anderson during the World Series. I still get heat for that. We have buried the hatchet. So he's bat flipping all he wants.
There you go.
Okay. Well,
there you go. You
But
ready
I
for
look-
the rapid fire, Josh?
Yeah, I'm up for whatever.
All right. You spent a little time with your new teammates in spring. We want to know what you learned. Which teammate of yours is the best looking?
Best looking?
Yep, you heard me.
Can't say
Whoa.
yourself.
What did you say, babe? My girlfriend said Max Kepler.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Or ballet dancers, of course, he's the best looking one.
He's very flexible, DeRo.
He's from
Yeah,
Germany.
he's a nice athlete. He's got nice eyes.
Who's a must watch at batting practice?
Must watch at batting practice. Nelly Cruz.
The teammate you'd want to be quarantined the most with is who?
The teammate I would want to be quarantined with. Was that the question?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with. Man, I don't want to. It's been 3 or 4 weeks with these guys.
Yeah, I know it's very
right
difficult.
now.
Very
But
difficult.
I'm gonna go out there. I'll say Mitch Garver.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of like started somewhat of a little of a bond, talking about hitting, former catcher too. Come on. I still like hanging around the catchers a lot.
Nice.
Josh, one final one, if I could throw it in. All the kids are at home going crazy. I took my son out in the driveway yesterday, rolling them ground balls, fly balls. What's one thing that they could do in the house or swinging wise if they have a tee set up? What's one thing you kind of do to stay active baseball wise?
Oh, it's actually funny. I know one time for sure I had Brianna rolling. So I took, what are they called? The racket balls. So they're a little bit more bouncy, spongy, whatever. I had her throwing me ground balls in the house. So, or I mean, it goes back to when I was a kid myself, and there wasn't Fortnite and everything else out there like that. You actually had to play outside. So anytime you can find a wall, you can make some ground balls, you can hit into it. I took a net when I was like 9 or 10 years old and built a net that was probably about 5 or 6 feet wide and 8 feet tall. I would just hit into that all day long. And that's what I'm about to do here, because like I said, they're shutting down the facilities and stuff like that. Grab a tee, grab a net, get some swings into it, get a mirror, full length in the mirror, do some mirror working. Yeah, Robert, you enjoy that too.
I've got one of those.
Yeah, you can get the sunscreen.
Hey,
but mirror work, you can watch the how the body's moving and with the bat in your hands. It's always great.
There's just a couple things that we want to mention. First, we want to give a special mention to Major League Baseball is working with Fanatics. Fanatics is the company that usually makes jerseys for Major League Baseball players. They're now using that factory and material that they normally used for the jerseys. They're using to make masks and hospital gowns for all
great.
on the front line. So that's really great. Also, I want to mention Jimmy Wynn passed away yesterday at the age of 78. He was an Astros Hall of Famer, nicknamed the Toy Cannon. If you don't know who he is, look him up. I mean, just a great ball player in his day. He was still active with the Astros as part of their community outreach. So we want to pass along our best wishes to him and the Astros family. And then also, Josh, you'll be interested to know that MLB The Show is hosting a players tournament tonight, 8:00 Eastern. It's a 4-player tournament, and the participants are Hunter Pence, Amir Garrett, Blake Snell, and Trevor May. Josh, one of your new teammates in Canada. So that's going to be streaming on their Twitch page, Facebook, everywhere, and I'm going to be a part of it as well. So definitely looking forward to that. Josh, what you mentioned Fortnite a little bit, but you don't strike me as much of a gamer. Am I right about that?
Yeah, I'm not a game. I mean, I stopped gaming probably 3 years ago. But I was more of a Call of Duty guy when I did play.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, Lauren, that's all I got.
I think once you become on the cover of a video game, it's like there's no really.
That's right. Right. He was on the cover.
You don't play him anymore after that. You're like, I achieved the pinnacle. What does it matter?
What more is there, right?
Right. Hey,
Josh, you're the best. Thanks for spending time with us,
man. We really appreciate it. I hope you and your family stay safe, and hopefully we will be seeing you and the rest of the Minnesota Twins and the rest of the league on the field doing what you guys do best. So thanks for the time, man.
I appreciate you guys.